Hello. How you doing? Welcome to our Friday lunch chat. It's the same usual business. Just me sitting here blabbing away at y'all. Oh, I think there's a little bit of itchy nose going on. I have this cotton thing, and I'm wearing cotton. I'm wearing organic cotton, and that's my issue is with organic cotton. It gives me a little bit of what is that called? It's inflammation of the mucous membranes. Doesn't that sound sexy? Rhinitis, maybe? Anyways, I first started noticing it like a decade ago when I would knit with organic cotton, and I couldn't figure out why on earth organic cotton would do that. But basically, these little fibers break free from the cotton, and it makes me crazy itchy. Um, and of course, I'm knitting, and I'm touching, and then I touch my nose, and then it's all over. Happy Friday, everybody! Hello, hello, hey Bert. Hi Jeanette, Sandra, Lisa, Jan. It's great to see you guys. Yeah, Friday. I'm so ready for this week to be over. I don't know about you guys, but sinusitis, is that it? Like it's not an illness, it's just a reaction. Anyway, I thought I looked up and it was rhinitis, like RHIN. I don't know. I don't know. This time change has walloped me. I don't know if just that. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Christy. Nydia. I don't know if it's just every year you get older, it's harder to bounce back. But here in Oregon, cross your fingers, this could be the very last time we have to do this because we voted to do away with the time change and stay on daylight savings time. And so we just need Congress to pass it. They have to give the approval for us to make this change. And so apparently, it's slated for a vote. It's got bipartisan support. Let's just everybody cross your fingers. Oregon can get that done because that means we don't have to do this nonsense anymore and get all, out of whack because we had to change the stupid clocks. So, anyways, this whole week I've just been. Yes, hello. Hi, Lois. Weeks are flying by, Jeanette. I cannot believe we are staring down the last of March already. Cannot believe it. I don't even know. I mean, this just means that this makes my heart a little bit tight. Because it just means it's all that much closer for sending my oldest off to college, and I know that's going to be a big struggle for me. Big, 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 big. Oh, we're gonna go look at schools next week. Oh, and on that note, I'm not gonna be around next Friday. I'll be here Tuesday though. Um, Following Tuesday, maybe not. Forgot about that. We'll play it by ear. We're all good. Maybe we'll just do a little road show. See what I'm knitting in the car. So, yeah, Jeanette, I think you guys are supposed to be able to get this voted too. I think Washington, all of us West Coast states have all voted this. But I think we're on different, just to make things complicated, I think we voted for different ideas, and I can't remember which states are which. Like, we're going to stay on daylight savings. I think maybe Washington voted to not do daylight savings. So we're still going to have different times, which will be weird and hard to keep track of, but whatever. My husband's office is in Tucson and they don't do daylight savings. So half of the year we're an hour off from them and then half of the year we're on. And so he's always confused about what time it is when he's talking to people in his office. um, Ginny, she is looking at several schools. Ginny asked what schools my daughter is looking at, and so she's been accepted to universities of Oregon, Arizona, and Montana. And so we're going to check out Eugene and Arizona in our upcoming trip. It's a little tough. Her dad and I are both Oregon State Beavers. We could swallow it though if that's where she wants to go. But we all also are University of Arizona Wildcats. That's where we went to grad school. So I kind of am pulling for the Tucson hookup, but I have no idea where she's leaning. So hopefully we'll go visit Missoula soon. And then she also was just accepted at Emerson in Boston. So we've never been there. We need to go and visit that too. It's been really hard because obviously with COVID, we couldn't go and visit anywhere. And no one is doing any campus tours. So these are just going to be, we're going to drive in our car and we're going to get out, we're going to walk around. Arizona luckily has a self-guided campus tour you can download onto your phone. So we plan to just do that and stay in a little Airbnb and have as little contact with anybody as we possibly can. So that's what's that's what it's like for a senior bound to college right now. She just has no idea. Zero idea. Zero way to imagine what lies ahead for her because not only is her entire choosing college shaped by the fact that she couldn't go and do stuff like typically you can, but also the last 4 years have not been the most stable and inspiring. So I think that wherever she chooses, it's going to be great and exciting, and I'm looking forward to that choice being made. So, anyway, that's enough about that. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the sweater I'm wearing, which I do love, but I made some mistakes. But this is the Shoreline Textured Cardigan by Marie Greene in her book, Seamless Knit Sweaters in 2 Weeks. And honestly, actually, I can't remember if I made my sleeves short. I did. Yeah, I made 3/4 sleeves because I knew that that's what I prefer to wear. So this is a long sleeve cardigan, but I shortened it. So you can see how it has this really cool granite stitch texture all over it. And I used Fibre Company Luma, which is one of my desert island yarns. It is 50% organic cotton, 25% wool, 25% linen. I might have switched the wool and the organic cotton. It might be 50% wool, 25% organic cotton, and then there's like linen and stuff. It's a cool yarn. Darn it, one of these days I'm going to be adequately prepared. Oh my lord. Um, anyway, it's a really, really great yarn. It's really great if you have temperature issues, with wool. This fiber is amazing. I love, love, love. I wish that I had thought through the sizing on this one a little bit better. Basically, here's what happened. Marie's book came out. Excuse me. We did a launch party here at the shop, and it was on a Thursday night, and then Friday we headed out for our shop retreat. So it was a absolute blast. And of course, everyone that was coming to the retreat came to the launch party, and it was just, you get heady with all the excitement. So I cast on a sweater in the book with some yarn that I had in my stash. And of course, now I can't remember the one I started with. At any rate, it's beautiful. It's one of her great sweaters designs that are out of that book. And I bust through that sweater. I think I knit it in about 5 days. And it was just so speedy, like I'm on a roll, I'm making sweaters. I immediately turned around and decided I was casting on this. And I was just like, I'm going to make the same size I just made because I know that fits. And here we go. And I'm here, Okay, so I didn't read very carefully Marie's very nice notes. She gives great notes before you start a pattern that explain like the stitch pattern and how it's going to affect the fabric you're making and how to choose ease and all of that. And so she says in there, watch out. The granite stitch pattern is not stretchy. It is, because of the way it's like a increase and decrease, it doesn't have as much give. And so I just chose the same size, which was the 38/40, as I chose for the other cardigan because I loved how that fit me. And my problem is that this is too small here. Like it doesn't want to do this very well, and it hangs a little bit funky. I mean, it's okay to hang open, but the thing is, the back is perfect. So it is the right size for my backside. Shoulders, waist, hips, all of that is fine. What I should have done is paid a little bit more attention to the schematic and combo sized this to make, look, I'm confused about which side I'm pointing to make the next size up in just the front stitch counts to give that extra oomph there so that sits how it should and doesn't want to fall down because my bosom is too big. So all of this is stuff that I am going to talk about in my my next course that I've kind of been teasing you guys about for too long because it's not done yet, the Knit to Fit course. But I'm going to talk about how to avoid making Sarah's most classic mistakes. So, maybe if I pedaled a little harder on that godforsaken bike, this would fit a little better down the road. But right now, it's okay. I don't mind wearing it hanging open. It's obviously still totally wearable. It's just if you look at Marie's pictures of this sweater in Ravelry or in the book, you'll see it's meant to be a little bit more roll collar, fold it over, maybe use a shawl pin, etc. And that's definitely not what's doing here. But there's always a solution, right? So I could make this again and I would know exactly how to dial this in for moi. Hi, Margot. Nice to see you. Sandra, you're cracking up. Pam, you love Tucson. You lived there I loved living there. I always knew I needed to come home to the Pacific Northwest, that's where I belong. But I loved my time in Tucson. Absolutely loved it. And it's nice now that Jason's office is there because we have that connection and would periodically get to go down there for work stuff for him. So yeah. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to show you guys today is we just got a restock on a Berroco yarn that came out last spring. But last spring was a bit upside down and we closed abruptly. I think we had just got our Berroco yarn. No. Our Berroco yarn came while we were closed. All of the new stuff for spring and summer came while we were closed. And it was just like the worst timing. And so I don't think it really got a fair shot. And it's a fairly unique yarn, so it really needs to kind of be seen for people to get it. So I started a sample in it that I'm so excited about. I'm just barely underway. And then we just got a restock and the new colors for this spring. And so I want to show it to you. So here it is. This is the very beginnings of my Martinique shawl in Berroco Liana, Liana. And so you can see this is a triangular shawl. So if I can hold it open a little bit. It's knit in 2 colors and it's very straightforward. It's just got some garter and some stockinette. Here's a big picture of it though, so you can see how beautiful it is. Isn't that gorgeous? And it has a nice little edging. So Liana is the coolest, and I mean this, I mean cool temperature wise, cool yarn. It's mostly linen. It's got a touch of nylon. I think it's 70 or 80, 81% linen and the rest is nylon. And it goes through these periods of matte and then shine. So it's just stunning to look at. I mean, I don't know if the shine really comes through in the lighting in here, but it is really, really intriguing. And it's a wrapped yarn. So it's like the linen is wrapped around the nylon core. So, so cool. So here is the most glorious little bundle. Isn't this a beautiful handful of yarn? I just look at all these amazing colors. I just can't get enough, honestly. I started this before we got the new colors, but I would have been sorely tempted to use some of these. Like, oh my gosh. This combo right here. This is like a gray yellow, little brownish gray, and then this is a gray and blue. That would have been amazing. Look at this new color. This is like pinks and purples. Oh, matches me. So anyways, check it out. It's very, very cool. For those of you down in the warm climates, because I know there's some of you, this is a great, great yarn for you. Great for spring, summer, and early fall projects. And Berroco has a whole pattern collection for Liana. So there's some crocheted tops. I was going to crochet a top as a sample, and then I'm not adept enough to stick through it. It's beautiful. The crocheted top, you should check it out. It's beautiful. There's this Martinique shawl. That shawl takes 4 skeins of your main color and 3 skeins of your contrast color. And it's a good mindless knit. You do have to kind of watch what row you're on because you sometimes switch from garter to stockinette. But if you got it wrong, who would know, right? Like that, yeah, that's part of the design. You can just beg someone to challenge you. Like, yeah, you want to challenge me? Prove to me it's not part of the design. Anyway, so check out Liana because that's fantastic. I feel like there was a third thing I needed to tell you. Let me look at my notes to Julia. Oh, I know. I just remembered. I poor Julia. Like 2 minutes before I'm sending her like this is what I'm going to talk about. Blah, blah, blah. The last thing I wanted to tell you guys, and then I'm going to let you go, is I just made the new markdowns on our sale. So final sale markdowns, some bunch of stuff bumped to 75%, some things bumped to $1, some other things that were more bumped down. So check it out. It's the last one. The sale will probably be over sometime around the end of next week. I haven't told the newsletter list yet, so y'all are the first to hear if you need to score some deals. So, okay. I am going to say au revoir, adios, so long, farewell, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Sound good?